Good evening, everybody. It is the 10th of September 2019, and I just thought I would squeeze in a quick stream. Probably not a very long one tonight. But what we're going to do, we're down on the south coast. We're just west of Cherno on our private server. Don't think anybody else is online. No, it's just me. And what I fancied doing was heading north towards, well, ultimately towards Green Mountain. Now, on our private server, Green Mountain is a... Oh, shotgun ammo. Yes, I'll have some of that. Is a neutral part. It is in the hostile zone, but it's neutral, and the idea is we're going to set up Green Mountain as some sort of trading post. So what I wanted to do was just recce it out, because I've only been there once. Good evening, Claire. Thank you very much for joining the stream, as ever. It's always good to have more along. Yeah, just to wreck it out and maybe see if we can... I doubt this will happen tonight, but ultimately, because it's quite a long way north, I might not even make it, but going to like Zelengorsk or Pulkovo or Pogorevka and finding some barrels or something, or some tents, so we can create some kind of persistence up there, so that people could leave stuff and say, look, I've left this. If anybody wants it, you know, if you could leave, you know, something else. So we just basically need to head north. I also need to find a compass, otherwise I'm most likely to get lost. As you can see, I'm in highly camouflaged gear today, which isn't really good for heading into the hostile zone, because I'll stick out like a sore thumb. But hopefully, maybe if they do see me wandering around in my brightly covered PPE, as you should call it, personal protective equipment, they won't shoot me. In fact, the only weapon I've got, the only gun I've got, is my pistol, and I've got my shovel, and I've got my axe. What else have we got? Got some masking, some duct tape to fix my bag if I need it. We've got plenty of water, plenty of drinks. Got quite a lot of shotgun ammo, actually, which is good. It's always good to have shotgun ammo. Well, hello, Zomboid area. Thanks for joining the stream. Claire says, you know, I always watch your stream. I know. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. You're playing too, Man of Medan. Good. And Tank says, hi, guys and girls. Good evening, Tank. Thank you for joining the stream. Welcome to Chineris on the PlayStation 4. Just a short stream tonight. Probably not very long. Maybe half an hour or so. Maybe a little bit longer. We'll see how things go. We just... where is this? This is Vestovo. But what I want to do is follow this road round. I'm not really interested in anything up here. Although this is... I always like this part of DayZ. This reminds me... I mean, this is really kind of Russian, post-Soviet... Well, Soviet kind of architecture, isn't it? With these concrete apartment blocks. Yeah. What happened here before the zombie apocalypse? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves. What did the people do? Where did they work? Where did they all go? Did they all turn into zombies? Did they escape? We might as well have a look in this guardhouse while we're here. Always good to check it out. Yeah, because I wouldn't mind, as I say, setting up a tent or a barrel or something at the Green Mountain. As I don't really want any guns. This playthrough, this character it's not a gun character, you know. I'm not going out to kill anybody. I'm exploring. I'm going to build, help people, and of course this is on the private server. So if anybody, you're not alone. You're on, are you, Rossi? Where are you? You are on. Brilliant. Where are you? I'm heading north to Green Mountain. Tank then in the chat says, is this game worth buying now as it wasn't when first released? It's better. We had patch 1.04 fairly recently. It would have to start raining, wouldn't it? Which made the game a little bit smoother. The next patch that comes is meant to be bringing us vaulting, so that you'll be able to climb over fences and vault over smaller fences, which is good. It's also introducing some more survival mechanics. It's going to be easier to get ill. There's more guns coming. Um, some interesting stuff like that. It's still janky. Sometimes this game looks really beautiful. Sometimes it looks like an Xbox 360 game. You're heading to the Northwest Airfield. Oh, right, yeah. I'm probably quite a long way away from you, Rossi. My plan is to see if I can. Oh, well, I want to recce out the Green Mountain trading post and maybe try and get a tent up there or something. You're a very fun area. I have dark area in my game. Tell us all about your game, Kerr. Tell us about your game. What you're up to. This weather's not very good for me though. But I am wearing good stuff. This is a good jacket, I think, isn't it? Alright. Well, I thought it was waterproof. Maybe it isn't that good, this jacket I've got on. I am getting a bit cold. That's not good. That's not good at all. Let's do a bit of running to warm ourselves up. Maybe we'll get out of the rain over here. Bit of sunshine would go down nicely. Right, so I've just got to keep an eye on the map to make sure, because I haven't got a compass, so I've got to make sure I keep going the right way. I can't turn down. See, some netting, that's good for making ghillie suits, isn't it? Spark plug. Some cropped hiking pants for the fashionistas out there. Rossi, what do you think about the right? Okay, the Sunday Battle of the Barrel. Is it something that appeals? So I now need to go right and then left at the next junction. First zombie of the day. Should we put him to sleep? Oh, no, we won't. There's two of them, so we'll give them a wide berth. My character's getting very cold because I thought this was a paramedic's jacket, and I thought, oh, they've got to have really good stuff, haven't they? But maybe it's not. See, at the moment you can't get over this, but next patch you'll be able to jump over, climb over walls like that with ease. We might as well have a look in here while we're here. Sometimes you find compasses, very rarely though, very rarely. I see some comments coming along. Claire says, oh, thank you, it's very interesting story about an abandoned ship. They need to save characters, it's very difficult, but I like the story. Ooh, a frag grenade, a smoke grenade. Ooh, no. I got myself into trouble with smoke grenades and, well, frag grenades last time I used one. As I say, this isn't the military build I've got here. FX45, is that the pistol I've got? No, CR75. Ooh, hello all of you. No, I refuse to go camo. I'm not going camo. Right, we need to go. If I get down north at my camp, I'll be there. Sounds fun. Right. Yeah, I want to get it set up, you know. Like I say, with maybe with a tent or a barrel, something just ooh, sugar. Ooh, that was odd, wasn't it? Did you see his backpack appear then? Oh, what's he got? Has he got 9mm? Oh god. The loot, let's tell you what, the loot is still absolutely broken in this game. What? Come on. Right, let's try again. Let's go over here. Down, down, no, okay. Let's open it up, put that in my backpack. Can I, if I put that away, he has got a nice backpack here. See, this is still bugged. You can't pick up stuff that zombies have got on them. Oh, I don't think it is 9mm. I think it might be 45, is it, or 380? 45 ACP, which is... I don't want 45 ACP. No. No, thank you. Okay. It was worth having a look there. Looks like a ghost ship with strange things. Sounds very eerie, Claire. Sounds... Ooh. Another one here. What's that? Ooh. What's this guy got in? Yeah. Got some bullets, but... Northward we go. Onwards. So, I follow this road all the way along to Kozlovka. Yeah, okay. Kozlovka, here we go. Yes. There's ghost zombies. Gosh, zombies who are ghosts as well. That's a pretty rough life, that, isn't it? Not only you're dead, but you're a dead zombie. Sorry. Not only you're dead, not only you're a zombie, but you're a ghost as well. Wow. Ah, there's something I wanted to say to everybody. See this bag I'm wearing here? This dry sack. You don't really see people with these in the UK. You don't see people using them. Guy came into where I work today from Holland, I think it was, and he was wearing one, a red one, just like that. I mean, not the same brand name, but it looked exactly the same, like a canvas bag, waterproof canvas bag with shoulder straps, a little bit lower down than that. And I said, mate, can I take a picture of that? And he was like, oh, right, yeah. I said, yeah, we don't get those in the UK. And he was like, yeah, it's really good. Which it was. It was great. Do you know what I've forgotten to do? I've forgotten to take my multivitamins. Multivitamin a day. Keeps the diseases away. Claire in the chat says, maybe it's the hallucinations of the characters. Well, it could well be. Strangest things have happened at sea. Oh, wait a minute, it is at sea. Yes. As we wander along. It's a bit overcast. I wonder if you can kill people with a punch with a multivitamin tin. I do need to find some new boots soon as well. Although I have got a spare pair of hiking shoes in my bag should I need them. I mean, if the worst comes to the worst at Green Mountain, if I find another backpack, I can bury my dry sack. Things happen that don't exist. Sounds like a great video game. What's that over there, eh? Very strange. So we've got the barrel of the battle, the battle of the barrel coming up on Sunday, which will be happening west of Chernerus. The stream will be a little bit later than normal, probably going to be 9 p.m. Obviously in the evening UK time. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing hopefully a non-lethal game where I've set up a barrel in the middle of the road by the petrol station, which is just west of Chernerus. And the idea is we'll split into 2 teams, and I'll fire the gun. It depends how many people are there. If there's enough people there, I might be the umpire. I'll fire a gun. Both teams have got to rush to the barrel and try and pick it up, and then take it to their base. And the bases are basically where the petrol station price signs would be, like I don't know what you'd call them, the totems or something. I just picked something up. But it's non-lethal, so you're only allowed to use punches. Actually, I've got to remember to go to the Discord and tell people no knuckle dusters either. But you can also use flashbangs and smokes. And there'll be a time limit as well of 5 minutes. So it's 5 minutes to see who can get it closest to their base. And hopefully what will happen is, as you're punching people, I'd imagine they start to bleed. And so they'll have to sort of disengage from the fight and then use bandages, hopefully. And even if you get knocked unconscious, you can come back. You'll come back again, and then you can use bandages to heal yourself to get back into the fight. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. Ryan E in the chat says, this on the private server? Yes. I'm just doing a little bit of exploring on the private server. Rossi says, is it raining in the game for you? It is chucking it down, my friend. Look at this. I'm going to be very ill if I keep getting wet like this. Claire says, there were coffins on this ship, 2-headed skeletons and a strange fog. Wow. Somebody else says, maybe you will organise a car race from Kamenka to Brezina. Well, we did do a car race. We had a rally. We called it the rally. We ended up with two cars. We made up 2 cars. Maybe with admin commands you can spawn cars. Yeah, I know I am a bit sick. You can't spawn cars, unfortunately. You don't have the commands for that on PlayStation. So we actually had to make the cars up. Oh, and it was a nightmare, I tell you. Crashing the cars, having to fix them. The game glitches out something chronic when you're trying to use a car on PlayStation or Xbox. Literally, the game freezes and you run into a brick wall and your car breaks. It's awful. But in the end, we got 2 cars, and there was 3 of us, and we ended up just going on because we couldn't. It's not practical to race the cars on the PlayStation or the Xbox. It's just not. You can't do it. You crash after about 30 seconds. So we decided to go for a drive all the way along the coast, like from the east coast to the north coast, and we picked up a prisoner, and that's where the shenanigans began. Little did we know we had a spy amongst us who was working for the Death's Head militia. And if you don't know already, we've got 2 factions on the server, well, that I know of. We've got the true survivors, which are the nice people who like to help people and generally build stuff. And then you've got the Death's Head militia. They like killing people. Little did I know we had a member of the Death's Head militia in our midst, even though he hadn't said he was a spy, reporting back to the general who's the head of the Death's Head militia. And we picked up this prisoner, and then he kept trying to run away, so we had to tie him up, we had to put a sack on his head, we had to shoot him and bring him back to life, all sorts of things like that. So he was a bit peeved, because actually this prisoner was a member of the Death's Head militia, and in fact it was the general, I think. And then we went to see Rossi, who's watching the stream right now, and Rossi shot our prisoner, and that started the war, as it became to be known, between the true survivors and the Death's Head militia, which culminated a week later in the Battle of the Airfield, where unfortunately, because of our lack of snipers, and then we didn't realise that the snipers you could get in the game are so amazing. All of the true survivors were killed, apart from me, because I managed to fall off a high tower and kill myself, which was a bit embarrassing. so the Death's Head militia won. But yeah, they had was it an SVK or something like that? They had a couple of really good sniper rifles, and they were getting headshots from 400 meters away. So literally we couldn't see them, and we were hiding in my guys, the true survivors, were hiding in the control tower at the airfield, and they were just getting headshot from 400 meters away. And then what happened? The night came in, and I think they had night vision as well, and we were just outclassed, to be honest. We were quite unlucky though. I think if I hadn't fallen off the top of that tower and the night hadn't come, we would have had it, because we had the tower locked down basically with locked doors, mines everywhere. It was pretty good, pretty good. Kuba Booba says, hey, bought this game, should be getting it tomorrow. Nice, you can enjoy it. Any tips? Be patient, alright? Be patient and watch lots of videos. It takes a lot of getting used to DayZ, but be patient. You'll get really frustrated with it, you'll die, you'll starve to death. In fact, I have done a video, I might even release one tomorrow, I might have done it already, I can't remember, about surviving the first hour. But the main thing you're going to be trying to get to grips with to start off with is just the controls, you know, the inventory system, sorting things out. What town did we just come into? That is Kozlovka. Right, so alright, yeah, okay. So we go through Kozlovka and we take a right up a track out of Kozlovka. So we might as well have a look around in Kozlovka. Yeah, it's just getting used to the controls, you know, learning how to use your quick menu, all this sort of business. Zombies are a lot more dangerous than you would think. One zombie, no problem. 3 or 4 zombies, well, 2 or 3 zombies, big problems. They can kill you in no time at all. And don't sweat about dying. You know, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Zomboid, and yes, stay low. That's good. Yeah, when you're on the public servers, hang around. I would say hang around the coasts and just get used to the surviving before you head inland. And yeah, it can get pretty vicious when you start moving inland with people killing each other. Moxie Don. Good evening, sir. I'm just heading north towards Green Mountain. Just want to wreck it out. I don't really need to loot anything, to be honest, but I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Nothing really. Yeah, I'm looking for a challenge. I need a time-consuming game until Astroneer comes out. I don't know Astroneer. Right, let's have a look at the map. Oh, it's definitely time-consuming, this game, I tell you. Okay, so we follow the road round. In fact, if we cut through this way, we can go straight to the water pump. So the question is, if I find a barrel here, would I struggle with it all the way to Green Mountain from here? It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I would. See, I don't know why I'm looting, because I don't need anything. I suppose a bit of food would be alright. And the other thing I'd say as well is when you first buy DayZ, it can get frustrating when you're starving to death and dying of dehydration and things like that. But once you get used to it and where you find things, you get into this sort of situation where even though I'm a little bit ill, I'm pretty chilled out. You know, let's have a look at my inventory. You know, I've got, what have we got? 2 refillable water bottles. I've got a can of Pepsi, you know, as an emergency backup. Oh, 3 refillable water bottles. So I've got loads of water. I've got enough water to keep me going for a couple of hours at least. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 food cans, which again is enough to keep me going for a long, long time. And as long as you've got a knife, if you ever get really hungry, you can just catch a chicken, make a fire, and eat it. And then you can just go to a town or a village like this, find the water fountain, the water pump, and do that. So, and drink from there. Let's see. I've just found some more spaghetti and some more shotgun shells. Oh man, I can't resist the shotgun shell. Right, there is a pump somewhere around here. There is definitely a pump. Right, it's on the intersection with the other road. Here it is. Okay. Not many zombies in this town. Right, let's get out of this rain and let's have a drink. I don't want to drink too much because I am ill. You start throwing up sometimes when you're ill. Now, on a public server, you probably wouldn't be doing things like this, just kind of meandering around, because you'll end up getting killed because people will hang around. And always drink from these things, these fountains. Never drink from things like this still water, this pond. It's really nasty stuff, that. And you'll get ill from it. If you've got some sterilising tablets, I think chlorine tablets, something like that, you can put them in your bottled water. Right, so what we want to do now is we head up this way, and we're looking for a track on the right. Once we see that track, we're heading north again, ready to go to the Green Mountain. I will have a look through here. Nice car door there. Nice cap, but I think I'll be sticking with my rather natty green PPE. If I miss some. Cooper Boober says, yeah, I'm looking for a channel. Oh no, I read that now. Cooper Boober says, I just hope the developers keep fixing and improving the game. Many people on the forums seem peeved. Yeah, there's lots of things wrong with DayZ. There definitely is. But the experiences you can have in this game are unlike any other experiences you'll have in other games. Maybe if you're playing games like Ark or Armour or things like that, but you know, I think it's pretty amazing. And treat it like an adventure game. You know, it's not a shooter. It's an adventure survival game where you're going to explore, you're going to find stuff, you've got to eat, you've got to drink, you've got to find clothes, you've got to find weapons, but it's about that exploration and surviving. And once you get to that point where you can explore and you can survive, then all the other stuff, you know, opens up before you. You know, making bases, becoming a bandit, becoming a hero, teaming up with other people, joining a private server like the private server we've got. You know, where you've got a fairly small community of people, of more mature gamers, where for us it's more about sort of just enjoying the game without having to worry about getting shot in the back of the head and losing all your stuff. Moxie says, is Green Mountain the highest point on the map? Just asking for the challenge. I think it may well be, but I haven't got any rope. Are there cupboards that you can store stuff in? Like, can you just live in a house for a few days then move on? Oliver Shop 1 says, so what you're talking about is referred to in the game as persistence. So that's where things stay where they're put in the map. Right, wait, I've got to concentrate here now. Right, so I'm looking for a track on the right. There it is. So in DayZ, for example, if I were to sort of throw my axe, right? There we go. And I was to wander off, that axe is going to disappear after a while. Okay, and it's just going to despawn. Similarly with other stuff around the map, it's just going to disappear. So you can't just put stuff down anywhere. What you've got to do is put the stuff, if you're not carrying it, into a container that is persistent. Now you see this what I've got on my back here. I've got this day sack. Let me show you. If I take this day sack off and put it on the ground, right? If I was to just leave that there, it would despawn and it would disappear. However, if you've got a shovel and you bury it like this, making sure you don't get crept up on by zombies, right, you might just be able to see there's a pile of dirt there, and that is persistent. That I could wander off, and that will last there for a number, maybe even a number of weeks, and so that is persistent. And there's quite a few items that have persistence. So there's you can bury cooking pots, you can bury wooden chests, sea chests. If you put stuff in there, that stuff stays in there. One of the more common ones is barrels. You tend to, that's what I was talking about at Green Mountain. So you can put stuff in a barrel and it will stay there, and you can move the barrels around. Tents, if you set up a tent, like a small tent, a medium tent, or a car tent, you can put stuff in and it will be persistent. So that's what you've got to do. So Cooper Boober says, but will that hole only stay in the server you're in? Yes. So the way, right, there you go, you can see there's Green Mountain in the distance. That's where I'm heading for. How cool is that? Look how tall it is. Yeah. So DayZ is split up into servers, so thousands of them, private servers and hundreds of public servers. And when you're playing your game, you play it on that server. And in the public servers, each server's got a description like UK 448 or Russia 376. And anything you do on that server, as long as it's a persistent server, and almost all of them are now, will stay on that server. But it'll only stay on that server. If you leave that server, you do take the stuff you've got on you. So for example, if I was to, now this doesn't apply because I'm on the private server, but if I was on a public server and I was to leave the server, like here, say leave a UK server and go over to a Russian server, my character and everything he's got on them, he would bring with him, alright? Or bring with her if it's a lady character. But anything that I'd buried in the ground or put in barrels or put in tents wouldn't come with me. That would stay on that server. So it encourages you to stay on the same servers if you want to, but you can server hop around. If you do server hop around though, what happens is when you go to another server, often it will put you in another different bit of the map, completely different to where you were, which is a bit disorientating, and you don't really want that. Now with the private server, you can't take stuff with you. So my character here, if I was to leave the private server and go to a public server or another private server, a different one, I don't take the stuff with me. I would start off as a fresh spawn. So yeah. And Rossi says, about a month for buried things, about 4 hours for dropped bags. Cooper Boober goes on to say, so could you dig a hole, hide a gun and some food, die, but when you respawn you can find the hole and recover your things? Unless you dig it up and reset it. Yeah, absolutely. So the long-term goals often in DayZ is to make yourself some sort of base somewhere, on a server that you play on. And that base could be something as simple as a buried backpack. You just bury that backpack with some ammo, some food, with a gun, a compass, some essentials, and you bury that somewhere. You remember where it is, because remember, there's no map in the game. You've got to use the iSurvive app, or you've got to, take screenshots, and then you go back to that place with your shovel, and you can dig it up. And then the next level up for me is really something like a barrel base, because a barrel can fit 300 things in. Well, in DayZ, if you look at the inventory, you'll see everything's got a number next to it, and that's kind of its size and its weight. So 4, 2, shotgun shells, a box shotgun 1, a bottle 3, pistol takes up 8, and you can see my jacket can have a capacity of 42, and a barrel can carry 300. So a barrel is a really good thing, because the good thing about barrels is you can pick them up and you can move them somewhere, hopefully secret, where other people won't bump into them, and then you can put your stuff in, and then if you die you can come back to it, or you can store stuff in it, which is really good. Oh, it's 150 in a barrel. Sorry, it's 150 in a barrel, which is a lot though. That's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of food. It's ammunition. It's very usable, and that's the start. Then when you start getting more complicated, you can hide things like tents in the woods or in buildings, which you can fit a lot of stuff in. Then you take it to the next level with locks, so you can lock doors. You know, you could like have a shed that you lock a barrel in, two or three barrels inside. Obviously, if someone's wandering around the countryside like I am, and I come across a locked shed, you know, what's the first thing you're going to try and break into it, aren't you? Because you know that there's something inside. So it's all about that game, you know. Or you could create a big. I mean, you might have seen it right at the beginning of the stream. Moxie's created a big base down on the south coast. In fact, lots of the guys are making bases now, and they are literally wooden bases, you know, like a fort with towers, and they're locked up using multiple locks at the front, so it's difficult to get into them. I mean, you can break into them, you can smash the locks, you can cut the locks, that sort of stuff, to get into them, but that then takes it to the next level, you know, of stuff that you could do in terms of persistence. And if you've got a group of friends playing on the same server, you know, you can do all sorts of things. So it's a very, very deep game, and the beauty of it is because all there really is the map and the zombies, and then the mechanics of the game. You're not forced to play the game in a particular way. You know, say a game like Fallout 76, which you could say is similar. You know, big open world, but in that you've got missions, you've got quests, you've got all this other stuff that you've kind of got to do to level up your character. You've got like what I would call a win state. In DayZ there is no win state. The only win state is staying alive, and then everything that comes from within that. And when I started our little community with our Discord and with our server, I could never have imagined the things that we get up to. And I mentioned this on last night's stream as well, is a lot of the things that happen in our DayZ community don't even happen when we're playing DayZ. It's outside of DayZ. It's the discussions we've had, you know, about, you know, how we want to play the game, how we want our community to be. It's been it's been great actually. It's been really, really good fun. So if you ever want to come over to I mean, I use the term mature, but we get up to lots of immature things server. Then the Scalespeeder gaming server is pretty good. Everybody seems to. There's a lot of good eggs. There aren't any bad eggs at all. We've had some real good laughs. Now, if you want to join it though, you do have to be over 18. That's the first requirement to join our Discord, and then to actually get into the server, you've got to join my Patreon, which is $2 a month. Which isn't anything, is it? Or you can become a member of the YouTube channel, which I think is $5 a month or £5 a month. So it's not expensive. But the reason why I've done that is I don't want anybody just coming into our server who hasn't got any investment of time, well, of money basically, because we have definite rules in the server. You know, we have a safe zone, we have a hostile zone. There's no stealing. Hope, fingers crossed, there's no stealing or vandalising anywhere. So even if you're in the hostile zone and you come across somebody's base, you're not allowed to steal from it. Now if you find somebody there, you can bash them over the head with your axe and loot all the stuff they've got on them and take it, or take them prisoner and take all their stuff. You can do that, no worries. But there's no vandalising and no stealing that way. And hopefully that makes it an enjoyable experience for people who want to see this side of DayZ. You know, and if you want a really hectic version of DayZ where you're there shooting people and doing lots of stuff, then go to a public server. Right, so this is it. This is Green Mountain. I'm pleased that we made it here, actually. I didn't think we would. It shows you, when you're travelling light, you can cover a lot of ground. Now, there will be zombies around here, so this is neutral territory. Nobody should get killed up here. One of the big advantages of Green Mountain is that from that tower, you can see for a long way. In fact, I left my binoculars. Damn, I should have brought them with me. I left them down on the south coast, and you can look out for things like helicopter crashes. Do I want a flare? No. What's that? Smoke grenade. Actually, I tell you what, these might be fun for the Battle of the Barrel, so I will take those. So if I go up there, we can then, have a look for any potential helicopter crashes. And obviously, helicopter crashes. There's lots of annoyed zombies around here. I can hear them, but I can't see them. Combat knife. How's my knife doing? I think I've just got a steak knife. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's pick up that. Let's assign it a quick slot. Let's go in here. SG5K, oh yes. I've had a submachine gun. I did have an SG5K actually, and I got rid of it. Why? Oh, a LAR mag. Ooh, yeah. Oh, there is an SG5K. Ugh. That's So what does the SG5K take? Nine by 19. I don't really want a submachine gun. No, I don't want a submachine gun. I've got my pistol. Somebody else can have it. That's not what I'm about for this run through. Alright, so what else have we got around here? So we got this prison. Sounds like there's a zombie in here somewhere. Right, so, oh, there's a very nice backpack. That's one of my favourite backpacks, the assault backpack. Oh, hello zombie, what are you doing in here? Hey, how about you die? Oh, some more food. Won't say no to that. Thank you. We'll have a quick look upstairs. SG5K folding box stock, 439. Okay. So the problem we've got here is simply the fact that there's no persistence. I can't store anything, which for a trading post isn't great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get to the top of here just to show you a little bit of the view that you can see. And then I will call it a night. Good evening, RCTP 1066. I'm just up at the Green Mountain trading post on the private server, just having a look round. I was kind of really hoping there might be a barrel here that spawned in, but there isn't. So I guess probably tomorrow night, if I can come on and stream, I will go looking for a barrel or a tent or something, so that we can have we can start building out this trading post. So as you can see, can I go up even higher? Let's have a look. think this is as high as we can go. There's not another ladder, is there? We've got, on a clear day, we could see a long lot. I mean, it's very misty today, isn't it? Let's see, I can't really see very far over there. But you can see an awful long way around the entirety of this place. And you can look for the helicopter crash sites, and then, you know, run and loot the helicopter crash sites, which is cool. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back down. I don't like quitting out when you're in a high building or a top floor of a building, because I'm just worried that when you spawn back in, if the building doesn't spawn back in before you do, there's always a chance that you'll fall to your death or fall through the bottom of the map, which doesn't matter when you're down on the coast because you can just spawn in again. But obviously here I'm a little bit far away, so what I'll be looking at doing excuse me, over the next couple of nights is probably I will explore the surrounding villages and towns. Maybe go down to Zelengorsk because there's loads of stuff there. Maybe go up to Porevka or Eastapol Kovo and just see if we can find a barrel or a tent or something. We should be able to find a tent, I would have thought. That would be the ideal thing because I can move quickly with the tent. Whereas if it was a barrel, it would take me forever to bring it up here. So we can start fleshing out the trading post, which would be really cool. What we'll do see the other thing I could do, you see, if I find a lock, other side of the watch, this zombie's gonna climb over. See, we can't do that. See, I think, yeah, because I could lock this whole area off so other people couldn't use it. But that's not the point of the trading post. The trading post is neutral territory where we can all come and trade. So what I'll do is I will quit out here, ready to do some exploring, maybe tomorrow if we can get back on. And as I say, see if we can flesh out the trading post and turn it into a really useful commodity in our Nitrado PlayStation 4 DayZ private server. Anyway, thank you very much for everyone for coming along and watching the stream tonight. If you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind pressing that like button, I would very much appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to Scalespeeder Gaming, then come and subscribe for DayZ, PUBG content, loads of content, maybe some COD Modern Warfare. I'm still not sure about that. I'm still undecided, and other first-person shootery stuff that I tend to do. But thank you much, everybody, and I will see you all again very soon.